What is going on, my dudes? Bad Beard Day, Sicky Poo, Tystra Daisetsu here, back again with another Genshin Impact video. And if you guys like the content, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button down below. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. And as always, tell me what you think about the video. Did you like it? Did you not like it? So on and so forth. But let's go ahead and get into this right here. Today, we're going to be talking about the Ningguang Hangout event. And again, like every time a new set of Hangout events comes out, I get a new perspective of the character and how they are. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at some of the pictures, what led up to those pictures, and then give an overall rating. So hopefully you guys enjoy. So let's go ahead and get into the first picture right here. To kind of dumb it down and explain it, you are basically taking care of Ningguang's schedule as a secretary of sorts. And so you decide, okay, we're going to make a detailed schedule of what she needs to do and prioritize everything that she needs to do. As you go about your day, you visit multiple people, but you stop when you visit, these three informants. And the informants are actually little kids who refer to Ningguang as Auntie Ningguang. They're very, very close, but Ningguang, kind of uses in the sense of helping them understand how the world works and get everything, and they help her get information. So she's actually teaching them how the world works. However, one of them is being very peculiar today. Basically, she is very standoffish. She doesn't want to talk about anything that's going on. So Ningguang pushes and pushes, and earlier on in the story, she basically went and got a comb from the jeweler that she had asked to get fixed. And it's a very old comb. It doesn't have a lot of monetary value, but it has sentimental value to this girl because it's the one that her mom gave her before she left Leeway. So the little girl finally opens up and says that there's these two guys who basically told her to give Ningguang wrong information, basically making her lie, saying that Ningguang wasn't going to fix her comb. Ningguang doesn't care about her, which is obviously a lie. So Ningguang goes and she finds the two people, confronts them, takes them back to the child informants, and says they're going to decide your punishment because you lied and you basically used kids to your own advantage. So when the kids finally come up with a decision, they're like, you have to play with us now. So they make the two guys play hide and seek with them while the traveler and Ningguang talk to each other. And Ningguang says, I want to teach these kids that, there's more to the world than they think there is. So I'm trying to teach them everything that I can so that whenever I die, basically their leeway is in good hands. So I think that's basically what it boils down to, is that they're going to become the heirs to Ningguang. So we never know. There could be a change, obviously, in the story, but we'll see. Now, picture two. Picture two is actually one of the most emotional pictures, I would say. So when you get, your list of things that you're doing, instead of going to find the informants, you decide that you guys are going to go to the auction and see how the secretaries are doing. Ningguang, when she gets there, says, you know what? I'm going to host the auction. I'm going to go ahead and help out there. So what ends up happening is that Ningguang says, look over the valuables, and, traveler, if you want to participate, that'd be great. The traveler looks over, and the traveler notices that these things that are on there on the auction block are not very treasury. They're basically like everyday items. So traveler sits down, and there's a bidding war for a teacup that was previously owned by Ningguang. So everybody is like, bidding for this cup, and it gets up to 180,000 mora, and it stops. Auctions over with that one. And then a little bit later on, a lot more items get auctioned, but then Ningguang and the traveler talk, and Ningguang expresses like, watch what happens when I talk to them. So one of the people comes up to Ningguang and says, don't you think that you're taking advantage of us by raising the price or selling us just everyday items for a high price? And she says, well, if you wouldn't have stole the items from the Jade Chamber that were at sea that I was trying to recover, I wouldn't be doing this. And so the three people that were at that auction were picked specifically to be there so that Ningguang could confront them. And this is what I loved about it. It shows how smart Ningguang is with it, because there's no legal dispute with it. And it ends up that, Ningguang gets all of her stuff back and pays the people in Mora. So in that way they understand, like, yes, you get your money back, but I get my stuff back. Fair is fair. So what ends up being the more emotional part is that afterwards you talk to Ningguang one-on-one, and Ningguang is just bearing her emotions to you. She's like, I didn't know if I was the type of person that was greedy or if I was somebody who, you know, wanted to help. And sacrificing the Jade Chamber brought me a lot of grief because it was something that I treasured. But Leeway showed me that it was for the benefit of Leeway, and we could always make another Jade Chamber. And it was, like I said, a very touching moment because you got to see that Ningguang doesn't just care about Mora. It's not about the Mora for her. It's about Leeway and keeping it protected. So I really like this one. This picture is so amazing, and having the travelers stare off at her is fantastic. So, all right. So number 3 here. Basically, what's going on is that you are taking a day off with Ningguang, and the first set of like options, because there's 3 pictures that have to do, taking a day off thing. The first one has to do with you and Ningguang kind of going around and, you know, basically looking for ways to make Mora, because Ningguang is so used to having just Mora at her disposal that she forgot how it is to kind of, not really struggle, but to kind of get that, intenseness of finding Mora on her own and being that bro. So she goes around, she's trying to like get free items from another person that's at the docks, but he gives her all the items with no questions asked instead of like actually doing what he would normally do. She goes to try and sell the items herself, but then come to find out that, the guy that she's trying to sell them to is way overinflating the price and like the price of what she has. So she's like, this is pointless. This almost feels as though like, nothing's going on. And on that same token, with this one, it's basically kind of the same thing, but instead you guys go off to adventure, and from there you guys are killing enemies and such. You basically go out to like adventure through, how an adventurer goes. Again, I might be a little bit off on some of these details, so please let me know in the comments below what I did mess up on, because my mind's a little scatterbrained. I am a little sicky poo, so. But you go on an adventure with Ningguang, and she starts to get the hunger of adventuring, and she's just like, let's go kill something bigger. Let's go kill something bigger. Let's find this weasel and take, the treasure that it's holding and stuff. So you get about 1,000 Mora in total, and then she's like, we're right next to Wangshu End, but I don't want to give 1,000 Mora just from what we would eat. So I want to have the adventurer lifestyle. We're going to go ahead and catch some fish by hand and make some grilled tigerfish. So you guys do that, and sure enough, afterwards you have a little heart-to-heart with Ningguang about this, and that ends up in this one. Now the last one is, instead of going out and adventuring and stuff, to start off your, run of the meal, like trying to make Mora, you guys go to Northland Bank. Now Northland Bank is controlled by the Fatui, and doesn't really go well because Ningguang and the Fatui don't mesh well after what happened. You could probably guess why, because the Fatui were so partnered with style, so it makes sense why they would be at odds. But after an exchange between Ningguang and the person up at the front desk for the Fatui North Bank, you leave, and then you notice that somebody is following you, and you have to guess correctly. If you guess wrong, then, whatever. But if you guess correctly on the person that's following you, they tell you you have a little bit of time to confront the Fatui about what's going on. Now, you don't find out exactly what goes on once you confront them, but Ningguang doesn't know entirely. But she goes in and she's like, why are you sending people to spy on me after I came in? I was just trying to do certain things, and then all of a sudden, you're trying to spy on me. I know you're guilty. You have a guilty conscience. So that's why I'm here. And that's what ends up with this photo. Now, again, I might have messed up on the details for this photo in particular, and I do apologize for that, but that was honestly one of the ones that I felt was the least memorable, and sorry I got the hiccups right now, so. But I felt that was the least memorable of it, but I really liked the whole thing that was going on with this. This was absolutely, bananas to me, and I felt for Ningguang, and that was one thing that I didn't entirely understand. I was like, I wasn't a big Ningguang fan, and maybe she's not in my top, but she's definitely a character that has a lot more complexity with her than a lot of people give. Overall, I would say that this event really deserves, I would say, a 7 out of 10. It was a good hangout event for sure. It's definitely not one of my favorites, but it gave me a new appreciation for Ningguang, and that's why I think it deserves a 7 more so than, being in the middle of a 5. So, what did you guys think about this event? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to be notified of when I release a new video. Now, this coming week, this is coming out on, I believe, Saturday, but starting probably Sunday or Monday, we're going to be doing a bunch of stuff in regards to the Ganyu and Zhongli reruns. And I am excited for it. Be sure to be ready for those videos, guys. Once again, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to entertain you. We will be back as soon as possible. And as always, we'll catch you in the next video. Love you guys.